Is it time to have a more fulfilling, happy life? Is it time? That's the question I'm asking you this afternoon. Is it time for you to perhaps begin making the changes because you're tired of feeling fatigued? You're tired of being angry. You're tired of blaming others. You're tired of being tired. And what you're finding is that you're really starting to question yourself. Is it time? Is it time for me to have a more fulfilling life? Well, my question to you is, what's stopping you? Is it because you are listening to other people's voices? Perhaps other people's expectations of you? Perhaps you want to feel safe, and that if you start going for what you really want, might create a bit of friction, a bit of unease, a bit of resistance. Look, there are so many different reasons and issues that stop us from having a more fulfilling life. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. This is a huge subject. I've worked with clients and couples for 16 years. And what do people want? They want to feel peaceful. They want to feel less stressed. They want to have fun. I mean, everybody's got different things that they want, but at the end of the day, people are wanting a more meaningful and happy life. And so today, I am going to talk into what stops you getting this, and I'm going to also talk into the 3 areas that are game changers. And when you get this, and you can constantly be evolving in this and creating change, you then will start working towards your meaningful life. Your life that feeds your soul, that gives you a reason to get up in the morning. So why don't we go for this? Why don't we go for more of a meaningful life? Look, if you're in a mortgage, if you've got a couple of kids, if you're in a relationship, what tends to happen is you're often putting others before yourself, i.e. your partner and the kids. Earning a living, you're constantly putting your energy into that. You've got a big mortgage. I get it. You know, I'm hearing that a lot at the moment. The cost of living and the mortgage rates and the stress that is putting on you as an individual to provide, and also for you as a couple if you're both working big hours and then you're juggling the children. Have you got time to sit and work out, well, what is a meaningful life? No, you freaking haven't. You are in constant survival and you're constant doing. You're not going to have time to do that. But today, the 3 areas I'm going to talk into and open these up quite a bit, because I think they're really, really important to be able to create any type of change, to work towards a meaningful life. Number 1 is having an awareness. And with awareness, that then flows to having acceptance. This is a big one. I struggled for many years around acceptance. You know, I wanted my life to be different. I wanted the people in my life to be different. I wanted the cards that I'd been dealt to be different. So when you can work on awareness and acceptance, that then goes into action, but not just any old type of action. Authentic action. The action that comes from the empowered and authentic place inside of you, not the false self that we created to be loved. So let's open this up. Awareness. What is awareness? Awareness is at any moment in time, you are able to connect inwardly and really ascertain, what am I feeling in this moment? And having an awareness. Okay, I'm feeling agitated. I'm feeling joy. I'm feeling bored. I'm feeling frustrated. Having an awareness of what is actually arising in your body. Look, for a lot of us, we live in the head up, and I did. For a very long time, I just lived in the head up. I'd learnt from a very young age to disengage, disassociate from my body and feeling. But if you want to have a more meaningful life, you've got to have an awareness. And with awareness, you've got to be able to feel. I remember being in my 30s, ending up in a counsellor's office because I got to a point where I was really unhappy and I really didn't know how to change it. And the awareness that came through, hello Sonia Wilson, how are you? The awareness that came through in that counsellor's office was, oh wow, I am so shut down from my feelings. You know, I did sad, mad and glad. I wasn't able to articulate what I was actually feeling in my body. So to have an awareness around that seemed like such a foreign concept. And that is a lot of the work that I do with people, with couples, with individuals, is for people to be able to step into their bodies and have an awareness of what is here right now. And being able to name it. And if I go back into my 30s, the counsellor will say, well, what are you feeling? I could not name the feeling. I had learned to disassociate. I'd learned to not be in my body. So if you're wanting a more meaningful life, the first place to start is awareness. And often it can feel like freaking Pandora's box, like, where do I even begin? And this is why I've broken it down after many years of working with people. There are 3 big areas. So the first one is awareness. Sometimes we can have a belief, I'm not allowed to honour my needs first, or I'm not important, or I don't belong, or what I feel isn't important. Now these are all beliefs. They're also very sabotaging. And when we live that way, we will not stay long enough with ourselves to have an awareness of what's actually going on inside of the body. And you can't work this out in the head. That's only one part of us, isn't it? We need to be able to connect inwardly into the body. And for me, it's been an absolute game changer. Being able to let go of the expectations of others and being able to inhabit my body. You know, I woke at 5 a.m. this morning, freezing cold, but one of my most favourite times where this is where I have such an awareness of giving to myself, and this is where I will meditate. And for many years I've practiced meditation, and I still practice it to this day, but I'm in a place now where I can just sit and I can be, and I can bring in the awareness. I used to have to do a lot of meditations that I listened to and people were taking me through it, or I'd have to have music. I'm now at a point where I can actually sit in the present moment. It's got to be first thing though, because my mind isn't full on woken up, so it's so much easier. And with that awareness, I'm able to connect with what is here. Biggest frigging gift I've given myself. And also when I'm working with people, when they practice this enough, it's not a year or 2. It's actually, it needs to be a daily, ideally daily practice, but that helps you with awareness. So just coming back into, why am I talking about this? We're talking about how do you have a more fulfilling life, a more meaningful life. It's through, the first place is awareness and being able to connect into the body and what you feel in any given moment. The second place I want to go to today is around acceptance. I've talked for many years about the work of Byron Katie, and I still to this day come back to her work. The work of Byron Katie is all about living in the reality, the here and now. Also Eckhart Tolle, he talks about acceptance a lot. Also Tara Brach. They are 3 people that I hold in high esteem, and I still use their work to this day. Acceptance. To have acceptance, we have to be in the right here, right now. So as I'm sitting here talking to you, I've got my feet on the ground, I've got my back on the chair, I can smell I think it's lemongrass in my diffuser. I can sort of hear the people out in the waiting room, but I'm here, I'm present. And to have acceptance is being able to love what is. Now, say there was a jackhammer out in the waiting room. Would I be wanting acceptance in that moment? No, probably not. But the key to having a more fulfilling life is loving what is. And again, it's a practice. It's practice in being able to love what is. It's acceptance. Like, say you've got low energy. It's an acceptance that your energy is low. And what can I give myself in that moment while my energy is low? Okay, do I need to have a cup of tea? Do I need to do some self-nurturing? Walking, journaling, exercise? Do I need to talk to a friend? It's having acceptance of where you are in this present moment. And the more that you practice this, the more fulfilling your life will become. The last part of what I want to talk about is action. So action, but authentic action. When we are changing our programming, when we are wanting a more fulfilling life, we have to do action steps. However, authentic action steps, not from the inauthentic because you're pleasing somebody or you're hoping to get some validation or you're hoping to be noticed or it's coming from the ego and it's look at me, look at me. Authentic action is action steps that are coming from your head, heart and gut, the choices that you've made. They're coming from the aligned values deep within yourself. They're aligned to who you are as a person. And so authentic action, anytime I'm doing an action step, I'm checking in if it's in alignment with my values. I'm checking in if it's coming from a head, heart and gut. If I've got sluggish, unmotivated, slow energy, I know that I am not aligned to my values. I know that it's coming from an inauthentic place. And so when we want a more fulfilling life, it's making decisions that are coming from the authentic you, and you're creating authentic action. Look, this is a topic that I could talk hours on. You know, you scroll through Facebook and what could you talk about without any what's the word I'm looking for any preparation? Well, this is a topic that I could talk about for hours. To be able to have a more fulfilling life, it's having an awareness within yourself. It's being able to come from a place of acceptance. It's loving what is. You know, reality at times is shit. Do we get a say in it? No, only what we can control. And so it's being able to meet reality from a place of wisdom and authenticity. And then the last part of this is authentic action. So if you want a more fulfilling life, you got to change. So what area are you going to look at? And I'm going to finish today's bit of a chat with what is one action step that you can do that is going to be in alignment with your values as to how you can create a more fulfilling life. It could be as simple as 3 times this week, I am going to go for a 30-minute walk at 6:30 a.m. Keep it simple. And begin to notice the awareness that comes up in you. Oh, I've got a little bit more energy. Oh, I feel a bit better because I actually actioned something. I just didn't think about it. And there's an acceptance inside of yourself of the movement that you've made. And, oh, I like this. This feels good. And so you continue to do authentic action. That's how you create change. That's how you create a more fulfilling life. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. And you know what? The power of change is within you. And actually, I offer coaching. Get in touch with me, message me, and let's have a chat. And let's create a bit of a strategy call and see if perhaps coaching is the right step for you moving forward. See ya.